Assalamualaikum and hi. Good morning everyone. So today we will go through example 3, solve the inequality of negative x squared plus bx less than 6. Okay, so for this example, actually your friends already explained to you the details of how to solve quadratic inequalities. Okay, so I'll just go through again step by step the process to solve quadratic inequalities. Okay, as you can see here, our first step is collect terms. Okay, so here as you can see, our quadratic equation is still not collected in one side, so we need to collect all terms to left side. So here 6 is on the right side, so bring it to the left side. So we'll get negative x squared plus 5x minus 6 less than equal 0. Okay, so when we collect all terms to the left, then step number 2 is positive x squared, means we need to positive the value here. Okay, so to make x squared positive, we can divide or multiply by negative 1. Okay, so for example, I choose to divide by negative 1, and then our x squared will be positive x squared minus 5x plus 6, 0. Okay, so how about the inequality? So the inequality here will change to greater than equal. Okay, so when you divide anything by negative number, divide or multiply by negative number, the inequality sign will change, and the inequality sign will change, and your sign will turn into positive, negative, positive. Okay, so most importantly, the sign will change. This is less than, change to greater than. And then the next step, you need to factorize because you want to solve it. So just factorize, put bracket, greater than equals 0. You need to put this greater than because we are solving inequalities. Don't just left it like this. So this is not correct. So you need to add greater than equal 0, and please write the steps step by step. You can just write as S1, S2, S3, doesn't matter as long as you know the correct step. Okay, so then we continue to step number 3, factorize. So what do you get? So you can just use your calculator and you find x minus 2 times with x minus 3. Okay, after you have factorized, now you need to find the ZOF. Okay, what is ZOF? Let me highlight this. ZOF. What does it mean? Okay, so ZOF is actually the zero of factors. So what is our factor? X minus 2 and x minus 3. So the zero of factor will be, we take our factor and we equal it to 0, and then we can find our x. So here our ZOF will be 2 and 3. Okay, and then after we find the ZOF, we go to step number 5, which is solve. So we have two methods. The first one is graphical method. The second one is sign table method. But usually I prefer to use sign table because sign table can be used in rational inequalities, absolute inequalities, and it is a very important method that you need to master, not just understand but master it. Okay, so now we go to the first step first, graphical method. So as you can see here, The first one is graphical method. So first step, you need to sketch the graph. Okay, so when you want to sketch the graph, you need to sketch the paksi x and y. Okay, you need to label x and y and then 0 as usual. Okay, how to sketch a quadratic graph? So remember, you need to know the basic shape of quadratic. So we have usually smiley shape or sad shape. So smile or smile shape or sad shape. Sad shape. Gagap saya. Okay, so sad shape. So bila kita nak guna, when do we use smile shape? When we have positive x square. When do you draw sad shape? When you have negative x square. So here, that's why it is important for you to change it to positive. So here, positive x square, because I want to standardize it so that you will only need to draw a smile shape graph only. You didn't have to draw the sad shape. Okay, so now we already know the shape will be smiley face, and then we need to label the factor. Okay, label the x and y axis. So as we know, our z or f is 2 and 3, so that's mean our point here would be 2 and 3. Take your z or f and then label it on your x-axis. Means this is our vector. So then you just draw. So you just draw the function, quadratic function. So for example, I have example here, sorry. So I draw, let me choose another color, purple color. So first draw this connecting to these 2 points and then go upwards. Okay, excuse for the abnormality of the graph. Okay, so then next one, you already draw a smiley shape, you already put the factor 2 and 3. Now you need to shade the region. Okay, so how to shade the region? So as I mentioned, if you want to shade the region, first thing first, you need to look at the inequality sign. So if you have y greater than 0, then you will shade above the x-axis. If you have y less than 0, then you will shade below the x-axis. So where does this y come from? Okay, so y is actually the same thing as our quadratic function in step 2. Why didn't I take step 1? Because step 1 is still contain negative sign. So step 2 we already change it to positive, means we need to draw a positive or a smiley shape quadratic graph. Okay, not a sad shape. So please use step 2 equation, okay, to determine your y. So usually y is the same as the function of the quadratic. So y is equals to x square minus 5x plus 6. Okay, you already learned it in school. So that means when our y is greater than 0, and then you will need to shade y is greater than 0, then above the x-axis, so it will be the outer part. Okay, and then this one 2 and 3, so the outer part of 2 and 3. So from our shaded region, we can now write this solution for our graphical method. So our interval, if you look here, Interval means bracket, so you need to look at the shaded region. The shaded region goes from negative infinity, open bracket, negative infinity until 2. This is include union with 3 until infinity. Okay, or in set solution means we need to use curly bracket x less than equals to 2 or x greater than equals to 3 close curly bracket. Use or here because union. Okay, so don't get confused between y greater than 0 and y less than 0. If y is greater than 0, then you need to shade above the x-axis. Okay, so here x-axis. If y is greater than 0, if y is less than 0, then you need to shade below the x-axis, which is below here is the yellow one. Okay, it depends on your condition. Based on your condition of the inequalities, the sign of the inequalities here. So the sign here is greater than. The sign here is greater than. So greater than means y greater than equal 0. It doesn't matter equal or not. If it's greater means you need to shade the upper region. Okay, so now we move on to the sign table. So the sign table I will continue through the next video. So this video I will particularly focus on the graphical method, okay, and how to write the answer. But the step is still the same for the sign table. It's just another method to solve it. Step 1 until 3 is still the same, but step 5 we have to graphical and sign table. So see you on our next video. Okay, thank you.